Over the course of the last 2 to 3 weeks, RSR has made a great recovery, bounced up 155% from them lows, and so far doing well. We are currently forming a great looking daily candle, shows that there is demand and people are buying these drops up straight away. In this video we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and do some price analysis on that, have a look what the market sentiment is like, and then we'll have a look at RSR and do some price analysis on both the USDT and the BTC pairings. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. So I just want to start this video off by taking a look at the fear and greed index, which is flying up to 65%. It's only a few weeks ago that was down at 22 and 14, and it shows how quickly sentiment can change in cryptocurrency. Yesterday was up at 74, and I expect this to keep going. We need it to be green into that greed. More people that are greedy, the more that the price rises. So far, looking a hell of a lot better than it did the other week. So starting off with Bitcoin, as you can see, we're currently tapped at $46,000 range to an absolute T, and with slight rejection, nothing too much. But if you look at this trend line here, from the very highs at 65k, we then rejected off it at 59k on the 10th of May, and then we finally broke through it over the course of the last 3 days. We actually broke through it, and if you look at this on the 4-hour time frame, we actually broke out of this downtrend, come back, retested it, and now we had a very looking bullish candle up towards that 46k region. Just going back to the daily row, I marked this level for a while because if you look at this, it was support all the way through. Then we used it as a bit of support before we rejected, and then we finally come back up. I think for next levels to look at, we need to have a look at these 2 weeks here, and the bottom of that, I mean, I know wick rejects there, so I think 51,300 is a first major target to look at if we do break through this 46k barrier. Fingers crossed we can stay above this downtrend now and start picking up a zone uptrend going that way. If we just look at the moving average 50, which I prefer for investing, as you can see if you watch my videos before, we was above that 50 all the way up on that bull and use it as support. And then we hit that top, we rejected through it, and we've come back down. We've been trading below that moving average 50 now since the 14th of May, and we've eventually broken through it. I'm seeing a scenario like this. I think that I think something like this is going to happen. We're going to start getting a nice steady moving average like that, and then in tandem with that, the price will come up and bounce it and start pushing up. We will get a rejection at some point, as you can see. We've had a great rise with a 38% retracement here. So this next run, who knows where it might go. We might get to 51k before we do get a bit of a retracement, and some scenario like this up to that area, reject, maybe potentially back down to this area and then go back up. But long term, over the course of the next 4 or 5 months, I'm bullish. We're above that 50 now, and I think that it is the time, if you've not already, to get into altcoins and hodl. And that, for that reason, we're going to talk about RSR, because it is one of the bags I'm holding. I like the project, I like everything they've been doing, and I've been topping up. I managed to triple my RSR holdings on this dip down here. So I set some orders at around 1.7 cent, which is there, and then I got some at about 2.2 cents. So bags are looking nice and tasty now and ready for that push to the upside. Just noting there that we have done that 155% move to the upside. And same as Bitcoin, we have reclaimed this moving average 50 now. So we are trading back above it, which is a bullish sign. Always a possibility of it could come back down and test that. So if you're looking for buys, which we'll have a look in terms of Fibonacci levels, if you look at this entire move from the bottom here to the top, if you're looking for some entries, then I don't want to sound too bearish, but there's always that possibility. Remember, when we've gone up, we can come down. This to me looks a little bit like a top, and we have dropped down. Although this last daily candle is looking very good, there is all that chance that we could come down, because 46k is a tough barrier, and we might get a rejection back down from that. If that does reject down, I'll see orders potentially at 3.2 cent, which is 0.032174. is bang on that Fibonacci level, and that would indicate a rough area where that moving average 50 was. So a test of that moving average 50, pick some odds up there and start pushing on. So if you're looking for buys, I would potentially ladder some from and maybe around 3.5 cent, all the way down to 2.6. I'm not going to say it's going to hit 2.6, but if it does, it will be a flash crash, and it will only be a wick below that, and then it will pick back up and start trading back in this range. Because, like I say, long term, I am on bullish on this. So there's some buy zones within around that region, but if we defy all odds and we do start pushing up, this is the area. If you look at this here, so let's just move this fib and that out of the way. Just want to identify a key level here. So if you look at all these wicks here, rejection, rejection, 3 rejections there, 4 rejections there. So that's 4 cent. And if you look all the way through, it does show that there's quite a lot of trading within that area. So that is a major area. I think breaking through 4.2 to even 4 cent, I think what we need to look at is closing a daily candle above there. If we do break above it, then we've got this wick here at 5 cent on the nose, so we'll mark it up as well. We use the horizontal ray for that, so that is a level to note there. So if we do break through this, then we've got to really look at targeting 5 cent. If you're looking to accumulate, maybe set some sell orders there, wait for a pullback back down to this, which would then be support, and then look at buying there as well. But you got a couple of options. You can either put some orders in down here and hope we pick some up, or wait for us to break through. Where's it gone now? Wait for us to break through here, reject a 5 cent, come back down, retest this 4.3 cent, and then push up. So a couple of scenarios there, whichever you prefer. Personally, I've been buying down here, and I'm not looking to buy anymore now. I'm quite happy with my bags. Not a massive bag, but it's a bag which I'm very happy for, and I'm definitely holding this long term. So that's that pair pretty much covered. I'm not going to talk about much technicalities other than buy and sell zones, because I don't want to go too in depth yet, because the market is still, I know we're still doing good, but it's still slightly indecisive. There's a lot of bears currently starting to feel the pain now, thinking, right, am I still waiting for 20k, or am I going to buy in now? And I think that's what's going to end up driving the price even higher. Bears being made to buy back in higher, and that's not just Bitcoin bears, that's bears across the board. You could get people who sold here, or even sold here, and think, right, it's going down to less than 1 cent, and it just didn't continue, did it? So there's going to be a lot of people trapped soon, which I think will be buying at these levels soon, which will bolster that price action. So that's that pair covered. We'll just finish off by taking a look at RSR BTC. This is a daily time frame again. We're using this, we've actually got above this 50 now, and as you can see, we're using it as support. 2 pretty much taps on that moving average 50 there. If you're looking at levels to potentially target, we have this region up here, 112 satoshis, it's quite a tasty level to look at. I think that's a nice area to target for a breakthrough. We are trading above this 50 now, which is a bullish sign. Just one key point to note is that the money flow is being in the red for a long time on the Satoshi pairs, and at some stage we will get a tick up. I mean, if you have a bit of a zoom in, you can see we're potentially going to start ticking to the upside. I didn't have a look on the dollar pair actually. Yeah, that's got a potential sign. I mean, if you look here, after this drop, money flow was in the red, so there were no positive money coming into RSR. That to me is got a potential that is going to come to an end soon. Once this ticks to the upside, one of my rules is, if you ever long in a position, make sure that money flow is in the green, and then you are trading above the moving average 50 on the daily time frame, and that is a good time to open a long swing trade. So that's just another key point to note there. Back to this, if you're looking for buys, let's just put the Fibonacci on and see where that's saying we could buy. We're pretty much using this as support around here, but if you're looking for some buys, I would target 73 cent satoshis all the way down to 56. And I'm only saying that because I believe that Bitcoin will go in a run at some stage. If Bitcoin does go in a run and try and regain some market dominance here, I think that it could potentially come to 52 or 57% before this next major alt season runs. Then that will make the satoshis bleed out. And that's why I've shown you those 2 levels down there. I've also got this red level down here at 47 satoshis, which was the start of that pump there. So a few levels there which you might think, Andy, no chance it's going to happen, but I'm bullish on RSR, don't get me wrong, but I think some Satoshi pairs might just get a bit wrecked if BTC does go in a random run. Dollar pair will start pushing up, but I do believe that the Satoshi pairs may potentially start to drop. So buy zones within that range, anywhere below this really, anywhere from 80 Satoshis down to 47. I mean, the first major area to target is 112 sats. if we do break through that, what I will do is then jump into another video and do some more price analysis. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure you hit that like button, that you are subscribed. Follow me over on Twitter, it's @UpCryptoUK, and I'll catch you next time.